Want to become a better artist no matter what medium you create in? Whether you're a painter or an illustrator, sketching can be a very useful skill. In fact, I feel like I would argue that it would be the most essential skill for artists of literally any kind. An easy way to practice sketching is to do it from reference. But sometimes reference photos can look really complicated or feel really overwhelming. No worries though, because this process doesn't have to be intimidating. Today, I'm sharing 4 simple ways that you could sketch smarter and not harder so you can grow your skills and become a better artist and basically paint whatever your heart desires. These tips are perfect if you are just starting out with art, or even if you're a seasoned artist but you've always kind of avoided sketching before. Okay, let's get into it. Tip number 1 is the most rudimentary and foundational skill for artists of literally every kind. But it's often the most skipped or overlooked technique for both beginner artists and seasoned artists alike. So every complex subject is made up of very simple shapes. This duck might look detailed, but when we break it down, it's just ovals, a few rectangles, and some triangles. So before you even start sketching, take a moment and really observe your reference photo. I like to think of myself as a little shape detective, looking for all the basic shapes in my reference photo. Doing this basically gives you a roadmap and makes the entire sketching process way less intimidating. It can also be helpful to start with the largest shape you see and build from there, but every artist has a different workflow. I personally find that starting with the largest shape gives me a foundation to build upon, and that way I know that I am not going to run off the page or the canvas. I know that everything is going to fit within the bounds that I want it to. As I sketch, notice how I'm not going for perfection, not even close. I'm just lightly ghosting in the forms. Once the shapes are in place, I can add details if I want, but the heavy lifting is pretty much done. This way of thinking trains your brain to think like an artist. And now I think maybe when you start looking at your surroundings, you won't just see objects as objects, you'll see them as basic shapes. Like the camera I'm looking at right now is a rectangle with a circle. It's not a complicated shape. So when you're working with reference photos, you don't always have to sketch exactly what you're looking at. You're the artist and you get to pick and choose what will leave and what you will keep. Here's a great example. I love this photo of a ladybug on these flowers, which I don't know what these flowers are called, but if I drew it exactly as is, it wouldn't really fit into the space that I have in my sketchbook. So instead, I'm going to take inspiration from it. I'll draw the flowers and I'm also going to include the ladybug, but I'm also going to switch up how many flowers there are and the arrangement of them in the composition so it can fit into this little space that I have in my sketchbook. You can basically think of your reference photo as a jumping off point and not a very strict set of instructions that you have to follow. Doing this will make your artwork feel more imaginative and more like you. Something that really tripped me up when I started to learn how to draw was I would look at a reference photo and I would literally draw everything that I saw. If I was looking at a reference photo of a bunny, I would draw all of the hairs that I saw exactly as I saw it. But not everything is important to the story. Not everything serves a purpose. Take this photo of these pigs behind a fence. The top part of the fence, I don't know, it doesn't need to be there. It's kind of distracting to me. And I don't feel like it adds to the story. It just kind of clutters things up. So when I'm sketching this scene, I'm going to leave the top part out and basically just focus on the pigs because that is the subject of this illustration. That's what you want your viewer looking at, these cute little pigs. And there's kind of a hierarchy of where you want your viewer's eye to go. So first, naturally, I want them to notice the cute pig faces, but also something that's not really included in this reference photo that I want to show is their cute little pig round bellies. So I'm gonna basically switch up the slats in this fence to kind of tell more of a story with this reference photo. You can basically think of yourself like a visual storyteller. Kind of asking yourself, what do I want the viewer to see and notice? Then simplify or like cut out the meaningless things that aren't really important to the story. Then think about how you can really emphasize and add more attention to the things that you do want your viewer to notice. Sometimes reference photos are really beautiful, but totally overwhelming. Like if you look at this basket of eggs, there is so much going on in it. There's all of the like eggs, there's a ton of eggs, and then there's this like woven basket that I don't really know what's happening with this like woven stuff. And then there's all these little like strands of, I don't know, I don't even know what you'd call that, just like fluff in the basket to support the eggs. So if I were to draw everything that I see here, it would be very overwhelming. And in the same way that you can omit visual information to tell a better story, you can also omit details to have a more clear and streamlined vision. So instead, I am going to focus on the big shapes that I see here. So I'm just going to look at these eggs as like one whole chunk of shape. And then also I'm going to draw the basket, but I'm not going to draw every little individual woven fiber in the basket. I'm just kind of like blocking in the general shapes that I see and omitting a lot of the details that my brain is like overwhelmed by. This is one of those steps that really makes the sketching process fun and easy. And honestly, it's like what they say about less is more. So if you were to take a photo and everything was in focus, like your viewer wouldn't really know where to look. But if you took a photo and you only had your subject in focus and everything was kind of defocused, then your viewer would know exactly where they're supposed to be looking at because you, as a photographer, are telling them what's most important. You're doing basically the same thing when you're sketching. Have the parts that are important in focus and all the details that are just kind of like overwhelming, or honestly, just they're usually things that I don't want to draw because looking at this basket, I like don't understand it and I don't know how to draw it and I don't feel like spending that much time trying to understand it. I think one of the fun parts about being an artist is you kind of get to give the impression of something without like technically having to draw every little detail. So there you have it, 4 ways to sketch from reference like an artist. Remember to look for the basic shapes, take inspiration and artistic liberties, strengthen the story, and don't let the details bog you down and make you feel overwhelmed. Also remember that your sketchbook doesn't have to be a place for perfection. It is basically your playground. So it's your place to explore and play and just have fun and learn. Remember to let your reference photos inspire you and not intimidate you. If the tips in this video helped you feel more confident about sketching from reference, be sure to hit that like button and consider subscribing because I create a lot of fun art content on this channel. That's all I have for you today. I will see you in the next video. Bye!